Hey guys, so here's a quick Facebook Live. It's 10:53 p.m. here in Manila. So wherever you are in the world, the market's now closed. But let's try to analyze and break the markets down for you guys, especially for those who want a live version of it. I just did a live version of this in Instagram, so I'm trying to do this also for Facebook. But I was just planning to do it for Instagram, but I said no, sige, let's just do it na rin for Facebook as well. So this will just be quick unless you guys have some stocks that you may want to ask as well. But while we're waiting for people to join us in this Facebook Live session, I will be in Cebu this Saturday and Sunday for 4 sessions of technical analysis. So for those who would like to join us there, comment below and I'll give you the link on how you can actually sign up. Ayan, we now have people joining us. May Galvan, our top fan, thank you so much for joining. Joe Largado, who's from Rome, hello to you. Then we have Binky Pitogo, one of the best fashion designers in Iloilo. Check her out, sobrang galing niya. If you want something for your wedding, she's amazing. And it's just nice to see a lot of people who are in different professions and from different parts of the world trading and watching the market. So just comment below if you have some questions. This will just be a short 10 minutes, probably less than 10 minutes, just to give you an update on what's happening in the markets. Joel Largado pala is from Rome. So hello to you guys there in Italy. Nel Francisco, good evening. Ayan. So let's try to break this down first. Number one, key thing that you need to note though, a lot of the movement over the past few weeks still triggered by a lot of selling by foreigners. So the movement up that you saw last week wasn't pretty much triggered by both locals and foreigners buying. You have to remember, for markets to go up convincingly, it has to be both locals and foreigners pushing the markets up. With that, the market went up because of local buying, not because there was something economically good. Please remember this, nothing still has changed after the GDP report, inflation data. We don't have any catalyst yet. So everyone's waiting to see how third quarter earnings will come out. And a lot of people are expecting it to be a bit lackluster. And aside from that, I guess a glimmer of hope could be that over the next few months, inflation might have hit its highest point already and we might see a lower level of inflation. Ayan, si Donna Mendoza from Taiwan. I hope to see you next week when we go to Taipei. So the markets, when it started to rally over the past few days, it wasn't really because there was something compelling. It's just because we were oversold and we were relatively cheaper. I'm not saying super cheap, we're just cheaper. So please see this. From the start of October, we started to accelerate downward. Then we hit a level of support. For those who followed the previous videos that I created, I mentioned that an optimistic support level is around the 6,800 level, which is where this is, which is where we bounced off. And that's where the oversold level for the stock or for the market is as well. So why am I saying this? 6.8 is pretty much an oversold level bounce only. It's only a technical bounce. MACD showed you a change in direction. The direction was just a short change. We haven't really reversed into anything significant yet. Why am I saying this? This is evidenced by the 2 red candles that you are seeing here. At 7,250, the market failed to break out and it's forming a short-term resistance. Please remember, I mentioned this in a YouTube video that I posted yesterday, that the main resistance right now is at 7,500. The retracement or the bounce from 6.8 and the breakout from 7 is what's going to bring it to 7.5. However, you have a short resistance that was formed at 7,250. Because of that, the downside target and the possible movement down could bring the stock to around 6,800 once again. So please remember this. If the stock goes or the market goes down to 6,800, this shouldn't shock you. This shouldn't surprise you. Why? Because we failed to break out of the 6,000, the 7,050 level. So a downward movement to 6.8 is pretty much still in sight. It's possible because we're bearish as well. In Instagram, they were asking about Gtcap because I mentioned about it and I talked about it as well. So I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna talk about Gtcap also. Joe Largados saying shout out to the Association of Stock Traders and Investors in Rome. So to all you guys from Rome, hello to you. Hope you guys are good and well. It's nice to see. No, sige, while you're there, while you are abroad, keep on hustling, keep on trading. The more you trade, the more experience you get and the better benefits you will get later on. This is GT Capital, guys. For those who've followed my previous videos, I've mentioned also that GT Capital below 700 is very cheap already. The movement, anything below 700 for GT Capital is very cheap, but not just that. At 700, it's pretty much oversold already. After seeing the accelerated movement downward, the market hit and develop a certain bounce level of support at around the 6,065, 670 level. So for those who bought at those levels, congratulations, you bought when everyone was pretty much scared to come in. So now the stock now is hitting a resistance at around 800, 808, 810 level. So why am I saying this? You own GT Capital, you bought it at the bounce. Failure to break out of 810 is a take profit signal for you as well. I repeat, failure to break out of 810 is a take profit signal for you already. For those who did not, for those who bought at a very early area, congratulations. Please remember, no, you don't want to hold on to this because there's no significant sign of a reversal yet. So again, you bought at the oversold levels below 670. Take profits at 810 if it fails to break out. But if it breaks out of 810, hold on to your position. A possible next resistance for this stock will could possibly be here, 900. So breakout from 810 will bring it to 900. Failure to break out of 810, you may now take profits. You have Darby from Davao is there also. Hello to you, Darby. Let's look at now. Now again, it's been pretty much battered by the sentiment of the lawsuit that they have that they're filing. So if you try to analyze now, this is where it is. It's trading this short range of 5.8 to 4 pesos per share. So So guys, this is part 2. I don't know what happened to my first post a while ago, no? What happened to it? Why was it I think Facebook crashed. So for those who were there in that Facebook live session, you can just join us here or you can join us in the replay. But how do I put this? The first video talked about the PSEI and the market as a whole. Then I also analyzed GT Capital. Since Facebook crashed, I don't know if it will be uploaded or there will be a uploaded version of it as well. But for those who caught it, you know the progression of the PSEI and GT Cap and where you're supposed to sell and take profits for the stock. Now though is down pretty much. It's bearish, short, mid, and long term. The downward movement again is news triggered based on what they've been doing based on the lawsuit that they're trying to put up against the NTC as well. So now you have a short-term resistance forming at around the 5.8 level. So with that 5.8 resistance, there's a possibility of now to retrace back to 4. Especially that if you look at the last 2 candles, there was heavy selling in the past 2 days. So if that doesn't weather down, there's a possibility that now could drop to around 4 pesos per share. So there, and you guys are joining us again. Brian Nicolas from New Jersey, good evening. Michael Saludaga asking for MBT. Emil Casabar asking for VUL. Mark Pipo asking for APX. Roy Lavilla asking for Meg. Nako, this is not a stocks buyer because I was just planning to do something for 10 minutes, no. But sige, I'll try to do Metro Bank and Meg for those who are asking, since my wife is printing something as well, so might as well. So Metro Bank, look at this. Metrobank is in a very thin range. For those who follow the previous video where I talked about GT Capital, you have to remember Metrobank has a heavy proportion in GT Capital, so their movement is pretty much the same. For Metrobank though, let me zoom in so you see it better. Let me zoom in there. Look at this. For Metrobank, it failed to break out of the 70 peso resistance level. As you can see there, it failed to break out of 70 pesos. So with that, you have the heavy selling. With that also, there's a possibility for Metrobank to go back to the 64 peso level. So for those who bought at 64, 63.8, for those who bought above those levels, you may take profits because it failed to break out of the 70 peso level. So I repeat, the failure to break out of 70 is a take profit signal. Congratulations to those who bought when it hit the 64 peso level as well. So let's look at Meg. Let's look at Mega World. For Mega World, same thing. It's also at the resistance. The resistance is around 4.6 pesos per share. If you see it also here, it's pretty evident that there's a selling is happening at this point in time. It's around the 4.5 level. So with that, for those who bought from the oversold levels at 4 pesos per share, for those who bought at those levels, for those who bought at that level, you may now take profit. You may now take profits for the stock as well. So for those who bought at 4, you can sell at 4. You can sell because of the failure to break out at 4.5 pesos per share. So that's giving you, I think, an upside target of around this is around 12% already. So congratulations to those who bought at oversold. Breakout from it could bring it to 4.6, but because of its failure to break out of 4.5, you may take profits. So it's not wrong to sell, it's not wrong to take profits at that point in time. So Raymond Absina, sobrang sikat yan na boxer. He's asking for JFC. Ayan, if you've noticed, no, the downward movement of the market is pretty much the same. Majority of the heavy selling happened yesterday and today. So JFC, for similar to Gtcap, similar to the PSEI, similar to Metrobank, failed to break out of a certain resistance level. So please remember, JFC is still pretty much bearish. Also, it tried to have a change in direction, but it still hasn't really crossed. So for it to actually reverse, it must break out of 276, but I'm pegging that there's a resistance here. So failure to go back or break out of at least 276 may bring Jollibee back to around the 240 level. So for those who bought at 243, those who bought at 245, congratulations, you may take profits since it failed to break out of the 270 level. So if you're a trader, no, you shouldn't be emotional when it comes to how you would navigate your trades. The biggest problem of a lot of traders is, since it's Jollibee, they'll just hold on to it. No, don't hold on to it. Stick to your plans, stick to your goal. So there's a lot of people from Taiwan in this video, no? So I hope to meet you next week when we go to Taipei. Comment below if you want the details for the seminar. Aaron Torres asking for MPI. Will probably end the video with this na lang. Let's see. MPI, there you go. Similar. If you look at MPI, boom, it failed to break out of another resistance. So the resistance right now is around 5 pesos per share. If you try to notice it, it's almost the same. Metrobank, GT Capital, JFC, the index, all of them are doing the same thing. It hit a resistance level because of it going up, just because it's oversold. So possibility of it retracing to 4.6 is pretty much in sight as well. So the trading play, the way to win for MPI is buy at 4.6, sell at 5. It happened here, 4.6, sell at 5. So the downward retracement will bring it much lower as well. So that's it. I'll try to do more short-term videos like this, so at least I can do it every day. I don't know if it will be around 11 p.m. as well, but let's see how it goes in the next few days. If you guys are enjoying this, please comment below, and we'll do as much videos like this as possible. Shorter videos, not the canned videos, different from what I do in YouTube. So I'll make different videos for Facebook, and there will be different videos as well for for both YouTube and Facebook. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope this inspires you that regardless if the entire market is bearish, the economy is not as good as where it was before, you can still make money in the markets, because money can be made if you have a plan. Money can be made if you follow the charts. Money can be made if you don't deviate and follow your emotions. People lose money in the markets when they just follow the crowd. You'll make money when you follow and trade based on the convictions that you have, and that's what we want to see. We want to see more and more people win. We want to see Filipinos crush it and do well in their investments. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon. Bye bye.